All right, guys, today we are going to solve multiplicative comparison problems. So our learning goal, let's solve multiplicative comparison problems. Can you guys all say I can't even say it. Multiplicative?
Multiplicative.
Okay, that's what we're doing today. All right, go ahead, open up to, what page number are we on?
12.
12. So we're looking at page 12. And you're going to take a minute, find the value of each unknown mentally. Okay, let's start with the first one. 8 times what is 16? Everybody? 2. So this should be 2. 3 times what is 24, everybody?
8.
Nice job. Some number times 8 is 32. What is it? 4. 40 divided by 8 is?
5.
All right. Turn and talk with your neighbor. Does 40 divided by 8 belong in this number talk? And I want you to say why or why not. Go. Raise your hand. What do we think? Hadley.
I think that it does belong because like technically you're still doing it still has something to do with multiplying. So technically you're just doing it backwards.
Okay, so you're just doing, we would call that the inverse operation or the opposite. Okay. What else do you think, Cade?
Well, I think that it does belong because the one above it helps you with this one.
How does it help you?
Because if you know that 4 times 8 is 32, then you know that 32 plus 8 equals 40, and then you know that it was 5.
So it's only 8 more, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I agree. Last one, Keston, what do you think?
And no, because you're still you're finding the unknown number, but no, because all the other ones are part of the problem, not the answer. But the no is just kind of opinion type part.
That's a really good observation. For all of these, we knew the answer, and we were trying to figure out the missing factor, right? But then down here, there wasn't a missing factor, but there was a missing quotient, wasn't there? Okay. All right. What do you know about a book drive? Have you participated in a book drive or a book exchange? Put your pencils down. Raise your hand. Answer my question. What do you know about a book drive? What do you know about it, Chase?
Like you drop around books so.
It's okay if you don't know. Kind of is a weird way of wording it, but let me see if anybody knows, and then I'll just tell you. Aubriella.
When you give books.
You give books. Michael?
When you sell books to a charity.
Okay. Vivian?
Sell books to actually.
Okay. So, put your hands down. A book drive is kind of like our used book fair, where you guys can donate as many books as you can, and then the books are donated. For our used book fair, we turn around and sell them, and you guys get to buy them, right? But sometimes you'll see book drives for Vivian mentioned a homeless shelter, so sometimes it's for that. Sometimes it's for another school. Yeah, Cade.
Oh, yesterday when we were driving to my brother's wrestling tournament, there was this building that said food and book drive.
Yeah, Yeah, so different groups of people will host a book drive for various people. Okay, and have you participated in a book drive or book exchange before? Maybe you have. Maybe you participated in our used book fair last year. That's kind of like a book drive. Okay, so here is what we are doing today. We are looking at page 15, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This diagram shows the books Lynn and Diego donated for the school book drive.
13.
13, page 13. Okay. Lynn donated 16 books. Diego donated 4 books. How many times as many books did Lynn donate as Diego? Explain or show your reasoning. Use the diagram if it is helpful.
Okay.
So, if I count up here, how many cubes does Lynn have?
16.
Everybody?
16.
16. 15, 16, yep. And how many cubes does Diego have? 4. So, how many times as many books did Lynn donate? So just like when we went over your exit slip, we're looking for that relationship. How is the number of books that Diego donated, how is it related or connected to Lynn's books? What do you guys think? Aaron?
Lynn has 4 times as many books as Diego.
Raise your hand if you agree with Aaron. Yeah.
Multiplication equation would be 4 times 4 equals 16, and then division equation would be 16 divided by 4 equals 4.
So I think for this particular question, we only want to write our multiplication only because it says how many times as many. And that means multiply, right? Okay, look at number 2. Priya donated 3 books. Noah donated 21 books. How many times as many books did Noah donate as Priya did? Draw a diagram to show your reasoning, if you want. No, it says to draw it. Okay, I'm going to...
One, like squares and circles, whatever. And then you could group them into 3, and like you could like group them into groups of 3. And then you could count how many groups of 3 there are, and however many groups of 3 there are, that's as many times as, like, I don't know how to explain it.
I didn't make my squares small enough. But yeah, I see what you're doing. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 14. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, right?
Yeah, and then like group them into 3, and however many groups of 3 there are, that's how. No, I don't know how to explain that part, but
Okay, I think that works. I see what you're doing. But we're definitely thinking, what is the connection between Noah and Priya? So Priya donated 3, Noah donated 21. So what is their relationship? How many times as many did Noah donate as Priya? Jerica? So 7 times as many, because literally 3 times 7 is 21. Boy, that makes Priya's donation look pretty pathetic, doesn't it?
yeah.
Okay, so 7 times as many. Okay, and number 3. Mai made a pile of 27 donated books. Tyler made his own pile of 3 books. How many times as many books did Mai stack as Tyler did? explain or show your reasoning. I'm going to give you a couple minutes and then we'll go over this one. All right, so let's hear what we came up with. We know Mai donated 27 books, or had a stack of 27, and Tyler had a stack of 3. What did you guys come up with? How many times as many books did Mai stack as Tyler? Madeline, what'd you get? 9. Raise your hand if you got 9. 9 is correct. Keston, what'd you get?
9.
9. So if I was going to draw a diagram like they said, I would draw 27 cubes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I need 2 more. Okay, I draw 27 cubes. And then Tyler, I would just draw his 3, right? But then I can clearly see, okay, Tyler, he's got way less, but Mai has 9 times as many. Which, if I'm going to write my equation, I would say 3 times 9 is 27. Does that make sense? Okay. So guys, for this lesson, you do have to know how to draw the diagram and write your equation. Brooks asked, he's like, isn't there an easier way to show my thinking? Well, eventually just the equation. But for this lesson, they want you to also draw a diagram, right? Okay. So, that's it for activity 1. Close your books, put your pencil in it. We do have to have a little synthesizing discussion. But I'm noticing it's bringing up something. How could we represent Priya and Noah's books with an equation with a symbol for the unknown? What could we do? Quinn, what are you thinking?
We could have used what's it called? I forget what it's called, but it's a letter.
A letter. You're on the right track. I love it. So like we knew one of them had 3 and one of them had 27. What could we put right here as a symbol? Brooks.
A letter.
A letter. Yeah. Is that what you're going to say, Jerica?
Or a number.
One of their names. So if I'm trying to figure out Noah and Priya, well, we know how much they both donated. So in this case, I would probably just use N. But whenever we use a letter, it is called a variable. Everybody say variable. Okay. A variable just means it's an unknown amount. So that letter could stand for any number. In this case, it has to be what number though? 9, yeah. Okay, so that's a variable. And we talked about multiplication and division. Let's look at activity 2, and then I'm going to let you guys go do it, okay? All right, so page 14?
Yep.
Okay, let's look at 14. Let's not start it yet.
I had to draw 48 circles.
Okay, hold your horses. Okay, Claire donated 48 books. Claire donated 6 times as many books as Andre. You have to draw a diagram, and then you're going to find the answer. Number 2, Han says he can figure out the number of books Andre donated using division. Tyler says we have to use multiplication because it says times as many. Then you're going to answer those questions. Do you only have 2? Number 3. Elena donated 9 times as many books as Diego. Elena donated 81 books. Use multiplication or division to find the number of books Diego donated. All right. So, number 1, Claire donated 48 books. Claire donated 6 times as many books as Andre. Guys, I'm not going to draw the diagram. It would be 48 cubes or 48 circles. Some of you guys did circle.
We had to do that.
Okay.
We had to do that.
Yeah.
I'm doing this just for you guys.
Yay! You know, you could just, like, draw, like, you know, oh, that's, I guess that makes sense.
This is hard. 22, 23. I think that's 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 23. Oh, 24. Okay. Claire donated 6 times as many books. So I know this amount is 6 times as many as some unknown number. So if I was going to write an equation with a variable, I would probably say 6 times n equals 48. So how many books did Andre donate, you guys? Brayden, guys, why aren't we open to this page? Okay, I'm about to give behavior slips for that. You need to stay with me. Okay, how many, Keston? 8. So Andre would have had to donate 8 books. That's an O. Okay, because we know 6 times 8 is 48, right guys? Okay, let's look at number 2. I'm going to switch to this color. Hans says he can figure out the number of books Andre donated using division. Tyler says we have to use multiplication because it says times as many. So raise your hand. I want to know, do you agree with Han or do you agree with Tyler? And explain your reasoning. Which one do you agree with? Okay, Jace.
Han,
And why?
because it already gives us 2 answers, so
How could you use division to solve this?
48 divided by 6 equals 8.
So we could have done, okay, 48 divided by 6. If I use a variable, I could say n. And we could figure out n equals 8. And now you've done algebra. Good job, you guys. Aaron.
I agree with both because you can use multiplication and division to find the answer.
So we showed right here that you could use multiplication, right? So the correct answer is both of them. Both Han and Tyler are correct. Write an equation to represent Tyler's thinking. That would be this equation right here, wouldn't it? Because Tyler was saying multiplication. So 6 times 8 is 48. And then my equation for Han's thinking, well, that would have to be this one. 48 divided by 6 is 8. Okay, what about part C? Elena donated 9 times as many books as Diego. What? How many books did Diego donate?
You have to figure it out.
We don't know. We have to figure it out.
Elena donated 81 books.
donates 9 times as many books as Diego.
I think it's
Elena
telling us that we have to figure it
donates
out.
81
Even if you want to
books.
get-
She donated 80.
Where is that at?
By 9.
Why is it right here?
Oh, so mine is wrong, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at, well, question 3.
It's 3.
I know what happened, guys. This is the mistake with the slides. This should not be here. That is not my mistake. That's the slides. Okay, so question 3. Thank you, Coral. Okay, now it should be correct, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Elena donated 9 times as many books as Diego. Elena donated 81 books. How can I use multiplication or division to find the number of books Diego donated? Riker.
81 divided by 9.
So 81, so Elena donated 81 books. So Riker is saying I could do 81 divided by 9, which gives us 9. How can I use multiplication? Gabriella
9 times 9.
is 81. Okay, let's see if we have an activity synthesis. We do! Why is it possible to use a multiplication or a division equation to represent the same situation? Jerica.
It's possible because you can do like 81 divided by 9 is 9. Or, and then if you do 9 times 9 is 81. They both work.
They both work. Yes, Kaylin.
You could do if possible, because they're pretty much the same thing except for flips.
Okay. One more, Coral.
They're the same thing because if you're doing division, you're just finding the value of it, and you're not just finding the answer. You're like finding the value, but you'll still get the same answers because you just start off with the answer and then a value. But we have to find the other value if we're doing division. But if we do multiplication, we just find the answer.
So what does this say up here, everybody?
Inverse operation.
Inverse operation. Okay, so literally inverse means opposite. So multiplication is the inverse operation of division. So they are opposites. Okay? So they both show a similar relationship. Okay. That's why it would work. All right. In today's lesson, you solved multiplicative comparison problems in which different pieces of information were missing. So, 32 is blank times as much as 8. What would you put in the blank? Everybody? 4. 32 is 8 times as much as 4. Blank equals 7 times 5. What is 7 times 5?
30.
35 is 7 times as much as 5. Oh, I guess we just completed them together, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I suspect our cool down is next.
Yes.
All right. Kieran donated 28 books to the book drive. Jada donated some books too. Kieran donated 4 times as many books as Jada. How many books did Jada donate? Explain or show your reasoning.